Well, I grabbed it from your Facebook.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord, he says.
Well, you're looking good there, brother.
He's like, oh,
Thank you,
Lord.
man. Trying to keep up with you guys.
Yeah, I saw you in a bunch of your promo material, so I figured that was one that you liked.
Yeah, that was back 3 years ago, 2017, man. I forgot all about that pic, but thank you anyway.
Certainly.
Can you see me well enough?
The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Your book of life will buy you a mild accepting. My free mind will keep me from under your spell. And when we die, you'll be another angel in heaven. But me, I'll be a fucking legend in hell. Your book of life will buy you a mild accepting. My free mind will keep me from under your spell. And when we
Rise and shine, my sinners. When Father Evil starts his day, he gets a little deadly. Deadly Grounds coffee has the richest, smoothest flavor you'll find anywhere. It's sinfully delicious. Once you go deadly, you never go back. Order yours at getdeadly.com. Coffee's so good, it's scary.
And happy Wednesday! Today we are looking at Still Token with. I totally forgot what show I'm on. Before we get going, I want to remind everybody we have an awesome giveaway, an indie horror giveaway, Texas Death Trippin', the extended cut, the extended cut, and also regular Texas Death Trippin' with cameos from Ben and Jeff. And if you check the show notes, you'll see a King Sumo link. It doesn't cost anything to enter, but we're going to be pulling a winner at the end of the show. Yeah. And with that, we have Ben. Hello, sir.
What's happening, everybody? I didn't forget what show we were on tonight, but
No.
apparently Leo forgot. So.
I'm prepping. We got 2 shows tonight. I'm prepping for another one, and yeah,
You know,
Jeffrey. Hello, sir.
Hey, how's everybody doing out there?
Hey, Jeff, would you like to introduce our awesome guest tonight?
Welcome.
he said, "Do you want to introduce our guest?"
Oh, I didn't. Well, see, I couldn't hear him because I was adjusting my thing.
Nobody wants to know about you touching your thing.
Well,
It's
yeah,
not that
no,
kind of show.
Well, yeah, no, I had to adjust my. I couldn't hear him. So, but yes, we have Terrance Hutchinson. Great dude from what I hear. I would love to meet this guy personally, to be honest with you. It looks like he's driving too. Wow. You want to
Can you hear
introduce
us,
yourself?
Terrance?
I'm having
Can
a
you hear it?
difficult time hearing you guys. I'm going to have to pull over.
Okay.
He's trying to beeline it home, folks.
Well, he just he said he just got out of a session with
I can't hear you guys.
yeah, he might have to unplug and plug back in.
Right.
So
Give me
he
a
can't.
second.
Yep,
No worries, man. No worries.
take your time.
It wouldn't
Can
be
you
our
guys
show
hear
if
me?
Yep, we can
Yes.
hear you.
it wouldn't be our show if there wasn't technical difficulties at the start.
Oh.
Well, he was
Terrance,
doing something very important too.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes, he was. Yep.
I believe it was some physical therapy with an MS patient.
I
Is that
can't
what-
hear you guys.
Yeah, he's gotta go out and come back in.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. How about
Can you
now?
hear us now?
Turn your volume up.
Turn our volume up. Can you
Can you
hear
hear
us?
us now, Terrance?
I can't hear you.
No, he still can't.
No, we can hear him, but he can't hear us.
Yeah.
So
No. Okay.
I can't hear you.
Okay.
all right, hold on.
Well, yeah, we can't text him while he's driving. So
What the heck did you just do?
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to text him while he's driving.
no.
No, that would be bad.
So
Well, so
No,
I
he's gonna.
can't hear you guys.
all right.
I can't hear
Okay.
you.
No. I know.
Terrance,
do I
maybe
need a piece of paper?
maybe you
Pull
try
over.
to leave and then come back. That might help.
Yeah, but he's driving.
So a little information about Terrance. He's the CEO, founder of Your Best Lifestyles. He's a nutritionist, a wellness coach, author, podcaster, ton of more stuff. I watched an interview with him earlier about beating diabetes. He has some awesome information about that. Definitely want to talk to him. We got a bunch of comments coming in. Debbie asking if Hippie Dave's here. Hippie Dave is not here. I apologize.
Can you read
He
that?
can't see that. I can't even.
You can't
see
see that.
I can't even see that. I can barely hear you guys.
All right, he said he
it.
can
All right. Are
barely
you
hear
pulled
us.
over now? He might have to unplug and plug back in.
Yeah, sometimes that happens with StreamYard.
Yeah, it's so low right now. I can barely hear you guys.
Okay.
Okay. Why don't you try heading out and then heading back in? There we go. Hippie Dave's in the chat room. Christina Babcock. Hey, happy hump day.
What's happening, everybody that's watching? Thank you
Hippie
for
Dave.
joining
Hey,
us.
Dave.
Yeah,
You
he's
know,
finally
he-
out of jail.
Yeah, 45 days, I think you said.
Yeah, but we all know Hippie Dave. He'll be out of Facebook jail for like what, 2 or 3 days. We got bets going on that. Between him and Darren Miller, I don't know who's going to be in Facebook jail first or the longest.
Yeah, see, now I can't hear Ben.
You can't hear me at all?
Oh, Sam, testing.
Testing. Can you hear us,
All
Terrance?
right, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
But now you can't hear me.
No, I can. I just
I can
unplugged
hear
and plugged
everybody at
back in.
this.
Awesome.
Nice.
Ben, can you hear him?
Okay, can
What the hell just happened?
Well, Terrance was talking and you guys couldn't hear him.
Oh no.
Trying to fix it.
all right, you can't hear us, Terrance?
Can you hear us?
It went back low again.
Went back low. Oh, that's not good.
Okay.
What about the volume on your phone? Can you turn that up?
It's all the way up.
All the way up.
Yep,
Yeah,
my
that's-
volume's all the way up.
Okay. Tell you what. Why don't we do this? Ben, do you want to text him my phone number and we'll plug him in? Hardwire. That'd be the best bet.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes it's tough with the phones. Oh, did you just boot him out?
No. Nope.
Oh, he left.
He did.
The number that I have for you?
Yeah. He's trying to hop back in. Hey, Terrance, what we're gonna do is Ben's gonna message you a phone number to call, and so we're gonna take just your regular voice call. And
All right, hold on. I can hear you.
Oh, you can,
you can hear us now. Okay.
Now you can hear us?
Yeah.
oh, okay,
Okay.
sweet.
Yeah,
If it goes
sometimes.
out again, I'll call.
Oh, sorry. What was that?
If it goes out again, I'll call.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Sounds
Oh,
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's great now.
Yeah,
Yep.
now he sounds awesome. And a lot of these technical issues that we have, folks, is because with the pandemic going on, everybody's going live. So the internet is just being over inundated with live shows and live streams, and it's affecting everybody. So
Yeah, everybody's having this problem. So,
and you know what? It wouldn't be our show unless we went off the train tracks, within the first 5 minutes anyway. So
right.
screw it. So anyways.
Yeah, Terrance, do you want to tell the viewers, we got a bunch of people watching right now. You want to tell them who you are and what you do?
All right. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you so much for having me participate on this platform, man. It's an honor. I really appreciate that. So my name is Terrance Hutchinson. I'm the owner and CEO of Your Best Lifestyles Fitness and Nutrition here in Atlanta. I'm a certified elite trainer, sports nutritionist, corrective exercise specialist, and exercise therapist. And primarily, the way I got started was over 10 years ago when I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes that almost killed me. I was in ICU for 3.5 days just from neglecting my body, going through depression after losing everything as far as businesses, the divorce and all that stuff like that. And I tried to suppress all those feelings by partying too hard,
Right.
alcohol consumption, not eating properly. And I knew better, but I was just to that point where I was just trying to forget. So over time, I think about 2 years of sabotaging my health, my body just said, it just shut down. And when that happened, I was at a party in Miami and I was in the pool and I said, something is not right. So I ended up losing like 22 pounds in 3 days from the complication of diabetes, frequent urination, lack of appetite, dry mouth, lack of sleep, blurry vision and extreme weight loss. I knew something was not right. So I got back to Atlanta, got at my doctor's office the next day, and I passed out. And they called an ambulance for me. Just to go through traffic light from my doctor's office to the emergency room cost me $1,200. And that was a rude awakening for me. I said, man, it costs too much to get sick. I'll go for an ambulance ride. That's very expensive, bro. So at that point, I'm laying in ICU, and I was like, okay, I'm looking up at the ceiling. I said, okay, if you get me out of this one, I promise you I'm going to do right. And that brokenness, that actual brokenness was the thing that put my whole life and business and career together. That one ordeal. So when you think that life is falling apart, it's actually falling in place. So diabetes was one of the best things that ever happened to me, man, in my life.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I've never heard. I mean, I have a daughter who has type 1 juvenile diabetes. She's actually watching because she was very interested in hearing, your story on diabetes. I mean, type 1, type 2, I know they're different, but the way that you were able to change your lifestyle, your eating habits, and all the above that we're going to talk about tonight. But I've never heard anybody say it was the best thing that happened to them. And you mean that in retrospect too, that if that didn't happen, you may not be sitting here right now talking to us.
Yeah, I probably would have been continuing with, bad dieting, partying, just burning the candle of both ends, just going off the deep end, man, living a bachelor's life. And I was working out a little bit, but I wasn't as disciplined because I still was, drinking beer and drinking the cognac and going to the parties. I was just so dealing with the whole divorce and losing business and losing hundreds of thousands of dollars in, property and stuff like that. So, I was 39 years old, moving home with my mother. And I was like, that was not happening. I didn't know, and I love my mother, but I've been independent since I was 16. So, but that was a transitional period moving from New York, upstate Rochester to Atlanta. And that was one of the best decisions that I've made. My family members, they convinced me. They was like, yo, bro, maybe you should move back down south. Because originally I'm from South Carolina. I just moved to New York. They said, move back down south. And I was like, a light bulb went off. And I was like, cool, let me move back down south. And that's when everything, after the diabetes thing, everything opened up for me as far as business, great relationships, writing 3 books almost, building a brand. And I'm telling you, man, your brokenness, when you think that life is falling apart, you got to look at it from a different angle because it could be the best thing that's happened for you, man. I'm telling you.
Amen.
But it definitely makes it gives you that different viewpoint because you're forced to look at it differently.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I couldn't see out of my eyes because my sugar was so high. My blood glucose levels was at a 1360, and my A1C was a 9.3 or 9.5 or something like that.
Holy
and
crap.
I was supposed to be in a diabetic coma or worse, and worse is death. And so I was able to reverse type 2 diabetes. But it did not come with a lot of sacrifice and a lot of hard work. Let me just say that, because once they hook you on that medicine, they're not going to just let you get off. You have to really put in the work and prove to them over time that you're responsible enough to eat better, to work out, to control your stress hormones, your cortisol hormones, not just who, but what, understanding your triggers, because they're going to convince you to stay on a maintenance plan, which is going to cost you around about $6,000 to $8,000 a year just on maintenance. And I said, man, that's a small fortune, and just imagine if I would have stayed on that maintenance plan from 2010 to right now, this present moment, at $166 per week on the Lantus when it was coming out, I would have been in a poorhouse by now. You know what I mean? So
Right.
there's 30 million people in this country that's diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes or maintenance of type 2 diabetes It's a $365 million a year and up. And by 2026, it's going to be in the 426 billion or something like that. Big Pharma is making so much money off maintenance, and not just diabetes. We're not talking about all the other lifestyle conditions like coronary heart disease, obesity, stroke, everything else that's going on right now. This is big business, man.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't get your health together and you're constantly spending money on medicine and doctor visits and specialties, and you are constantly going with complications of whatever it is, I'm telling you, you're going to be in a poverty line in the next 5 years if you don't, consider yourself putting yourself on that level of great health and visualize yourself winning. Because if you think about it, this country is designed to keep you sick, okay? And once they condition you to take the medicine, now if you need the medicine, if you need modern medicine, please, by all means, take your med, okay? But if you can do things holistically, the natural way, to really control your blood pressure, control your glucose levels, prevention of strokes, controlling your, the way how you talk to yourself, the things that you're listening to, the way you, feed yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're going to save so much money over the course of your life.
Yeah.
Okay? Trust me, you get that doctor bill, and if you are not sure when the doctor bill comes, you can go in for an EKG, and the way how they code it on your bill, you know what I'm saying, when the billing comes, they can charge you for a heart attack, but if you are uneducated about those codes, and that's what I found out over the years, they can charge you for a heart attack. However, they can bill you as the EKG, so the codes be messed up. And you can be spending thousands of dollars a year, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. So, we have to be real careful. So let food and exercise be your medicine, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, that's what Big Pharma is all about, is control.
Right.
Yeah.
There's too much money in it for them.
So now
They don't want you to eat holistically.
Right.
Yeah.
Everything you just touched on is something. Now, this is coming out in your third book, correct?
Yeah, the third book, we're adding, I pushed it back. This is the third time I pushed this third book back, called F Diabetes, 7 Proven Strategies for Reversal. I pushed it back. And now that we are in the COVID-19, if you are diabetic, you're more susceptible of catching the virus because your diabetes weakens your immune system a little bit as well. So you have to be careful. So I wanted to make sure that there was some information in the book that runs hand in hand with COVID-19 and everything like that. So it can be really on time when I try to release it within by the next quarter or by the next fiscal year. And it's important for me to do that because so many people want to know the strategies of what I did. A lot of the organizations that I've worked with in the past, I'm not going to call these nonprofits out, they don't want to work with me because they want you to pay them a monthly fee on how to maintain. They're going to show you how to eat right and all that stuff like that. But they never talk about reversal. And that threw me off. I'm like, man, you got to, if you can, you have to reverse those things. And when I speak with clients or potential clients, or just anybody in general about diabetes, one thing I'm realizing is too many people do not want to make the sacrifices you need to make or they need to make to reverse it because they're already conditioned mentally, psychologically to inject themselves with the insulin or pop a metformin. I can eat what I want to eat. long as I take the meds, that's counterproductive. And this is where the complications come in at. And if you're not careful, you're going to end up doing more damage than good with your vital organs and your nervous system, and nervous central system. And then if it goes overboard, it's a diabetes called type 3 diabetes, which is pretty much dementia or potentially Alzheimer's and stuff. But they really don't talk about type 3. And so, but if you don't get it together with, controlling the way you eat, nutritional timing, changing your diet, eating seasonal, working out every day, increasing the water, controlling your stress, controlling your environment, and you're diabetic or you suffering from hypertension or any of those lifestyle conditions, you're going to have a problem down the line.
Right.
So it's really all about balancing what you're taking into your body.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And folks, I just want to point out something real fast here. The gentleman that's speaking to you right now, Terrance Hutchinson, he is a 4-time award-nominated certified health and wellness specialist and a 4-time nominated nutritionist. So when he's telling you these things, he knows what the hell he's talking about. So, if you're seriously interested, if you're seriously interested in reversing certain things, his information is in the show notes up above or down below, depending on where you're watching us.
Well, what's even better? If you check the show notes, I have a bunch of links for Terrance, but one of them you definitely want to check out. His 2 books, 25 Irresistible Healthy Dessert Recipes You Can Indulge, and 150 quick and easy recipes to transform your body, change your life by changing what you eat. Both of those links are in the show notes, the Amazon links. And the cool thing is, if you have Kindle Unlimited, you can read it right now for free. So the 150 quick and easy changes. The healthy desserts is on paperback.
Right.
Excellent.
But I just wanted to point those things out. So go ahead. I'm sorry, Terrance. Go ahead.
No, you can get them both on paperback and on Kindle. And they both, people who bought the book, they found great success, not just for themselves, but for their loved ones as well. Like, they love the recipes. And I wanted to make the recipes, just like the title says, quick and easy, because in our society today, everything is hustle. We're moving with the speed of light in Western society. So we really don't have time to be in the kitchen cooking like grandmama used to make. Grandmama used to spend all day cooking, for the family. We really don't have time like that anymore. So the recipes are, 5 to 10 ingredients or less. And then prep time is short, and then cook time is less than 20 minutes. So,
Nice.
if you have a wok, a George Foreman, a broiler, a grill, a crock pot, you can be eating like that, and it's not just breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's also snacks in between. So it's healthy snacks that you can make, so, it takes the question out of what are we going to eat today? Most people say, hey, what's for dinner? What's for lunch? Or what are we going to eat? So now you have a plan, you know what I'm saying? So the recipes are designed for that. There's low carb, low sodium, low sugar. So you really are comfortable with the nutrition that you're fixing for yourself. So if you're trying to lose weight, change your body composition, lower your blood pressure, all those things that can really sabotage your activities of daily living or quality of life, the recipes really comes into play to really help you, really increase abundance and increase your lifestyle or your lifespan, I would say. And it's a great book. There's tons of books out there, but this one is mine. And I love the feedback. I love the reviews, and I'm glad that I made it. And, to be honest with you, man, it's a lot of people that are struggling right now with obesity and all type of lifestyle conditions. And whatever I can do, to help people increase their quality of living, you know, especially during this COVID-19, this pandemic, where we're quarantined, people are putting on weight, you know, they're increasing their alcohol consumption, you know, and that's creating appetite, you know, stiff joint, rheumatoid arthritis, obesity, and we're worrying about COVID-19, but when we're sitting down, being sedentary, we're working remotely, once you start to put on 15, 20, 30, 40 pounds, most people I know, they 5'2", almost 250 pounds, but you got an increased risk now of a stroke, diabetes, arthritis, stiffness of the joint. So COVID-19 is the least of your worries, you know?
Right.
We're talking about COVID-19, and that's the elephant in the room. But in this jungle, we're talking about all the other beasts that's in the jungle: heart disease, diabetes, stroke, cancer, you know, all these different things. So one leads into another. And then once they put you on the medicine, there's the side effect of most of the modern medicine. Now that's a whole nother issue in itself. So we have to, if you're over 30 or 40 years old, this is the perfect time for you to self-improve, take better control of your health now, because what I'm seeing, when they check you into the emergency room or the hospital, guess what? Your loved ones can't come see you one at a time. Everybody can't come. You know, they're not letting you in, you know, so
Right.
yeah.
Absolutely. Wow. I love the passion in his voice. I mean, I don't know if anybody else has picked up on, but he's very passionate about what he's doing.
Well, he lived it. He did it. He succeeded.
Yes, absolutely.
He succeeded at it, and that's you know, that's huge. You know, it's
right.
You know,
as Bud B. Rocket just piped in and said,
right?
Yep.
You know, and I think that somebody else had made a comment that the you know, our healthcare system and our medical professionals should be teaching us more about this stuff instead of just pushing the big farm drugs.
Right. Right.
You know, you're absolutely correct. But and there's some great doctors out there who are taking great care of themselves. But from what I'm hearing from a lot of primary physicians, they don't really get that nutrition segment in their med thing. You know, I from what I'm hearing now from a lot of millennial doctors coming in, they are pushing, some are pushing the nutritional content in there. But for the most part of it, if you get, you know, it's textbook, you get injured, you see some of these shows, the emergency room shows and stuff like that. And they say something happened to you. They say do this and do that and do that. This is what they learn. But for prevention is everything. Prevention is key. So you have to get up in the morning, get up, you know, work out, drink water, eat your fiber, you know, get your fruits and vegetables, so get off the red meat or get off the pork, you know, cut back on your alcohol consumption, you know, all that stuff. You hear where I say cut back now, because a lot of people, you know, they sit here and there. I ain't got no issues with that. Or cut back, you know what I mean? The passion comes from working with people on a regular basis every day. They come in, and especially if they're seniors, man, arthritis is something that you don't want to have. So if you have a family history of arthritis, a stiffness of the joints, if it's genetic, it's in your genetic profile and your DNA profile, this is the time to get up and move, exercise, drink your water, and keep those joints nice and healthy. Because if you do not, that pain is so intense. Like it's that deep, nervy pain that gets into the bones, and it hurts. Like when the barometric pressure changes in the atmosphere, they can tell it. They feel that ache in their bone. If it starts to rain, they can feel it. They know it's about to rain. If they put a metal part in, you know, knee replacement, you're going to feel that ache and pain depending on who you are. So, I mean, seeing people come in hurt, in pain, their quality of life is very diminished. that that bothers me because you can't hide that pain, and it's so intense on that pain threshold between 1 and 10. Some people have learned to adapt to the pain, the chronic pain. They can be in a 10, and you will never know it because they don't learn how to master pain so much, and
Right.
and when the pain hits, you cannot disguise it on your face. Your body language changes. So when people come and talk to me, I immediately know they're in pain and what I can do to help correct some of their ailments with certain exercises I can help them with. Same thing when you go to physical therapy. When you come out of physical therapy, because they're gonna only give you a few sessions depending on what your recovery measures are. After that, they're gonna boot you. They're gonna give you a printout. Here you go. You now it's on you. This is where I come in at, and I pick up on post-prescriptive care from physical therapy.
Nice. So before we start getting into all that segment of the show, it's about 7:40. So
It's
Leo,
like you were reading my mind.
yeah, because I know. I mean, Terrance has a lot more to say and a lot more that we want to cover. But Leo, you want to do the quick commercial breaks here, please?
Yeah, and also just a reminder, if you check the show notes, you will find a King Sumo link, and that is a link to the contest that we're going to be pulling a winner in about 20 minutes. And so it's for 2 DVDs. It's the cameos of Ben and Jeff in some indie horror there, plus an awesome mask so you can protect yourself during the apocalypse. And now more than ever during the apocalypse, we need to support indie artists, indie writers, and indie businesses like Deadly Grounds Coffee. They're a local roaster right here in Connecticut. They make the absolute best coffee you'll ever have. And it's healthy too. So it's, it's not like over caffeinated. It's just, he focuses on taste. It's just really good tasting. He uses special oils during the roasting process, so it's not extra sugars or anything like that for your coffee. It's just like Death by Chocolate is like a hint of chocolate taste. It's amazing.
Yeah.
right. It's healthy for you folks, but Death by Chocolate is my favorite.
I like
Oh my
I
God.
like
It's the most amazing coffee you'll ever have. But you know what? Rather than hearing me talk about it, here's a zombie talking about coffee.
Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds Coffee is my guilty pleasure. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds Coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
What's up, everybody? I'm Diggs.
And I'm Ashley, and we're from Hell Entertainment
Join us for Sinner Sundays from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m.
on Hellfire Radio.
And I just want to mention, so I do keto, and that was one of my main questions with Deadly Grounds. Does he do any sugars or anything like that in coffee? So
Right.
we had that long discussion about his roasting process. So no extra sugars, which is great, unless you put sugar in your coffee.
Right. So I saw that you played the Hell Entertainment promo there as well. If a lot of you may or may not know, Hell Entertainment and Hellfire Radio are 2 of the new platforms that we're running on. Much love to those guys. But we also are now moving the podcast into radio. And we just got our time slots. Yeah, I'm fumbling this all up here tonight, folks.
Yeah, you are.
Totally. I'm like, totally. I just totally fucking smashed into the tree. Done.
So the time slots, I believe, 6 to 6 to 8.
Okay. So on hellfireradio.com,
Yes.
you can catch all of our shows, past shows, new shows coming, running Friday nights from 6 to 8 Central. They're also going to be on Live 365 app. So you can download this app on any phone. Just type in Hellfire Radio. It'll pop up. There's only one there. Click listen to live so you can listen to it while you're driving. There's a ton of great content on the station. Great shows, everything from, sports to music, clowns. I mean, I'm not going to give it away. You got to go follow them. You got to check it out. But we will be running our broadcast shows in podcast form on that network starting Fridays and Saturdays. Sorry. From 6 to 8 Central. So that would be 7 to 9 Eastern, 4 to 6 Pacific. That's all. Okay. Back to our show. Sorry. Yeah. I was not prepared for the whole, whatever. I give up. Screw it. I'm going home.
Did you see your daughter's comment?
Which one?
I want the book.
Yes. As soon as the F the diabetes, and this is 18 plus too, Terrance. So if you slip, it's okay. With the foul language and things like that. I'm
not going to do it.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying, we wanted to make sure that you knew that, it was 18 plus. So if it did slip, nobody's going to yell at us.
Now you're saying that you put it in my head now. I'm keep a PG.
See how that works, folks? They put it in your head. They plant the seed. Once you plant the seed, it's to grow. But when that book does come out, I will be following, because Butter and I will be staying in touch with other clients and things, as well as you. There's a lot of people in here that are interested in chatting with you. Okay. So those are also in the show notes, how you can actually get a hold of this gentleman. Go to the show notes, go to his page, follow the prompts.
Well, also speaking of, people watching right now, if you have questions for Terrance, please post them in the comments and we'll get to them as best as we can.
Right.
So if you have anything specific, let us know.
Excellent.
Actually, there actually is a question right above that comment. I just saw it. And that actually is a good question. So he might be able to answer.
Oh.
No, that's not a question. That's a comment. Come down. So the question is, do you have any suggestions or experience with diabetic neuropathy?
Yeah. The best thing to do with that is control your weight. Okay. Control what you're consuming. Control your portion control. Your portion size. Okay. Because when neuropathy hit, you're really going to have to increase your water, exercise, pay attention to your sleep, right? And actually get the meds as much as possible to help the pain when that happens. Now, you can really slow down the pain process in that, but it's going to be a slow process. So the whole thing is to prevent it as you go along. Control your nutrition. Eat anti-inflammatory foods. You can Google that. Making sure that you're getting whole foods. Stick with the whole foods versus the box things. Any things that has a million ingredients on a box. If it's made in the plant, you don't want it fast processed and all that stuff like that. So you're going to really focus on nutrition. Really focus on your water. Get your exercise in. If you're on meds, you want to make sure you exercise at the height of when the medicine is going to kick in if you're on med, okay? So you want to make sure that you're controlling your sleep patterns as well. You have to rest your body and know when to work and when not to work. And if there's inflammation, you really got to stay in contact with your primary physician, okay? And make sure you monitor your checkup.
Okay. I got a question for you, Terrance. Mm-hmm. You had made a comment before about how life today is it's go go go. It's like everybody's just moving and nothing ever stops, which is really adding to the stress levels that people have to live with and deal with on a daily basis. Right. Are there foods that are good and help alleviate or at least help with the stress?
Oh, yeah. Like, once again, you have to eat from the garden to the table concept. Go back to where our ancestors ate, fruits and vegetables. So you eat from the garden to the table. from the sea, which is fish, obviously, from the air, or from the land, from the vine, and go back to that. Keep your nutrition nice and clean. Okay, this and increase your water. Once again, if you eating anything out of that, it's gonna raise your sugar levels, and then it's gonna increase your stress. And you're gonna have a problem with that. But if you stick into whole natural foods, whole grains, fruits and vegetables, lean meats, fish, you know, natural olive oil, authentic olive oil, fresh garlic, any type of berries, mixed nuts, definitely green leafy vegetables, pineapple is really good for that. So, and then also focus on your healthy elixirs that you already have in your pantry right now. Your fresh spices and herbs, turmeric, cumin, cinnamon, those things like that. They're going to really help control your stress levels. Okay, they're going to be cancer prevention. There's going to be antioxidants. All these things are going to help you control your stress level. Stress is an inevitable part of our society right now. You're going to no way around stress. But when you get it, there's good stress and there's bad stress. But when you get the stress, what you do when you get your stress is going to determine how you control your stress. Most people take that stress and they create something from it. So they do a podcast, like you guys are doing a radio show. You've been friends for 30 years, so you know how that go. They exercise, they write a book, they do whatever they got to do. Other people use their stress to self-meditate. They really beat up on their spouses. They drink too much. So, you got to figure out what it is, but definitely focus on whole foods that could really control your stress.
Wow. Awesome. Thank you.
Wow. Now, I have a question that probably has nothing to do with anything we're talking about tonight. But as everybody's noticed, Terrance is sitting in his car. Please tell me you have AC running, right?
No, I pulled over and because the gas station is right there and I didn't want to run too much gas out right quick. And Butter always tell me to pull up. So it's like, I said, well, I'm just going to pull over and get some fresh air. And but I'm fine. Okay. I wanted to do this podcast because I was driving and obviously the audio wasn't up to par and I didn't like that. So I pulled over in a parking lot in these doctor's office this week and to really chop it up with you guys because I want to help deliver great content for your show.
We really do appreciate that. But if the weather starts to get too warm out there, I mean, I don't know Georgia, but up here today it was 97. It felt like 101. If it gets to be too much, you just let us know. We can cut the show.
No.
Health is important. Okay.
Don't need to cut the show. I can just turn the car on. It's no big deal. I'm just enjoying fresh air.
Okay. Sweating a little is always good for you too.
Yeah.
Clean those pores out.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
One thing I do want to quickly touch on, I noticed on your page that MedFit named you July Pro of the Month.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that type of an honor. I mean,
oh man. Well, first of all, I want to say Lisa Doherty out of California. She is the CEO and founder of MedFit, and I saw the organization and network like a year ago, and I said, man, how cool would that be? And I reached out and said, hey, I write health and wellness articles because I saw that they have the MedFit magazine. And I was like, how can I contribute? And they sent me some stuff. And I started I've written 3 articles for their magazine. And then I was delivering so much content, I joined the network. And all of a sudden, it was like, hey, you're nominated for Medical Fitness of 2020, Medical Fitness Professional for 2020, and also you are July's MedFit Professional of 2020. And I was like, wow. And so it's a great honor to be in the network. I was overjoyed about it because I was putting in so much work in the medical field, working with doctors and chiropractors, physical therapists, elite trainers and stuff like that they recognize me. And the network has, thousands of clinical professionals, doctors, and all that stuff like that around the world who are helping people. And we're bridging the gap between the medical arena and the fitness arena, which is something that's really needed. So it was an honor for me to be MedFit Professional of July and be in the running of MedFit Professional for the whole year of 2020
That's
in
awesome.
California next year. Yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I worked hard, and be careful what you ask for. That's the man. I want to be a part of it. But I didn't know that it was going to come, that fast and get recognized like that. So I really appreciate the opportunity. And that really has helped my career a lot.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, that's just, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what can you say to something like that? We do have another question over here I want to toss out real fast that one there. Christina Babcock asked, what is one of your favorite go-to snacks? No, what is your one favorite go-to snack you like? Quick go-to snack. Quick. Sorry. Wow.
I love trail mixes. I love mixed nuts, raisins, cranberries, all that stuff like that. Like I always keep those things with me in my bag when I feel like my sugar is about to drop. Because one thing I want to, and that's a great question because you want to have something that's fast acting when your sugar drops. So I still suffer from being a hypoglycemic. So if I don't eat every 2 to 4 hours, my sugar would drop. So I have to constantly be, munching on something. And I love nuts. I like to have stuff that I can pair once, peel once, or bite into. Those are the perfect snacks on the go because I call them first aid snacks. So when you feel like your sugar is about to drop, you can grab these things and munch on them. But I love bananas, medium-sized bananas, which is like 90 grams of sugar. And I love, obviously, fruits and stuff like that. But the mixed nuts on the go, trail mixes, I love trail mixes, man. I love nuts, period. Some of them are high in fat, but I try to do my best. But it just, those are my favorite snacks.
That's your kryptonite.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, look at him, folks. I mean, the dude's ripped. He's like Superman over there.
Well, I'm under contract. They're paying me to stay healthy. And the thing about it is, I feel like even now I'm still not in my best. And I have a birthday coming up August 8th. I'll be 53 years old. So I'm really pushing myself. And not only that, when you're on stage or you're in front of people and you're speaking about health and wellness, it's important for me to look what I'm talking about. Because people are going to view you. I can't be on stage or in front of people speaking if I'm overweight, if I'm not in shape. If I say, hey, I did this, I did that, and then you see me in person, I'm living a lie. And if I say, hey, make sure we on your way out, go buy my book, you're not going to buy that book, okay? Right. Because on social media, he looks this way. But when you see me in person, I'm a whole different person. So it's important for me to look what I speak. That's just like if you are a preacher and you're not following the word or whatever, just as an example, you're a hypocrite, And so many people are doing that. They say, hey, I train and all this stuff like that. But you see them at the bar and they're doing all these things, whatever. But for me, I look at it as if I'm trying to help people on a global stage, then they have to believe in what they're seeing, okay, and not just what they're hearing. So I don't want it to be an illusion. I want it to be the real thing for them. And people are more likely to recommend you, buy your book. Our doctors are more likely to help you, refer you to their clients. So it's a big deal.
Wow. Yeah.
Now, I just want to say I am getting a little bit of a delay on the questions. Like the first one that came in, I got that, a couple minutes after you guys saw it. So I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
no, that's fine. I understand.
Nova says, I can't give up cheese. That's my problem. Is there any cheeses you'd recommend or?
Oh man, cheese is one of those things. Cheese make everything great. You know what I mean?
It's like bacon.
Yeah, I said throw some cheese on it. But I try to stay away from, like cheddar and all that stuff. But sometimes I do mozzarella, I do Swiss. I do a lot of the white cheeses versus the yellow cheeses. That's just my own preference. There's tons of cheeses out there. But I would say, do your research. You got your own personal preference. Like if you're telling me I can't get away from cheese, I'm not going to tell you to stop eating cheese because I know within the first 60 days you're going to go back to eating more cheese. Okay, so I would tell you just to go for a lighter cheese. Once again, Swiss cheese that I like. Pep Jack is my favorite cheese because it has the spiciness and everything like that. But the cheddar, I stay away from the cheddar. Don't do it. Mozzarella, that's pretty much on everything. You can have a little bit, but watch your portion control. I would say if you love cheese, just scale back on it. Watch your portion control. Watch how much you consume it, and then just cut back a little bit. But I feel personally, and this is my own personal or professional assessment, do what works best for you. Okay. A lot of nutritionists and coaches out there, they will say, do this, eat this, and don't eat that, and all that stuff like that. When you tell people like that, psychologically, they're going to go and they're going to get it anyway. Trust me on this one. So I would recommend that whatever things you love, you just scale it back, right? And then watch your portion control and then have it in moderation or as a treat, okay, for doing so well.
A reward.
Yeah, I know, definitely an award. Because if you're saying I can't get away from cheese, then I know you're eating too much cheese.
There you go, Terrance. We just got there's your fourth book, Terrance.
Yeah,
Terrance Hutchinson's Cut the Cheese.
Cut the cheese, right? But cheese will actually clog you up and make you constipated. You get too much, in your system. It may even sit in your system up to 3 days. Depending on who you are, everybody's constitution is different. Body constitution is different.
All right, so it would be named If You Can't Cut the Cheese.
If you can't cut the cheese, just scale back. Some people have the same problem with wine.
Right.
They can't stop. They drinking a bottle of wine a day, and it's like can't get away from the wine. I'd be like, just cut it back. So cheese has a lot of calories in there, even if it says low calorie. All that stuff like that, trust me, you eat too much of it, it's going to be a problem. So if you feel like, I got this last 20 pounds I can't lose, I tried everything except cut the cheese, So you got to cut back on the dairy product, especially right now during COVID, because, from what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing through studies that a lot of the dairy product, you need to cut back now because it causes the increase in mucus and stuff like that that's causing a lot of people to suffer more from COVID-19, or they having a high mucus buildup. So you want to cut back on the dairy anyway, So cheese is one of those things. So just do your research. You can take my advice for it, but like I said, results may vary. Just to say that, and everybody has their different versions of what you should be eating, what you should not be eating. Okay, there's tons of experts out there, so you have to listen not just to me, but to everybody who you come in contact with, and get the best version, the best advice that fits your lifestyle. That's the key thing I think people be missing. They listen to one person, but it's tons of information out there. Do the best research and grab the information that fits your lifestyle, and then take advantage of that.
Right. And listen to your own body.
Number one. Listen to you. If you start to feel bloated all the time, you know you eat too much cheese. You eat too much cheese.
It's just that simple.
It's just that simple. You feel it, your stomach start to expand, and you got a whole lot of gassiness going on, abdominal obesity. You're feeling tired, fatigue all the time. You could be eating too much cheese. You know what I mean? So you got to really focus on everything. Matter of fact, on everything, for a healthier lifestyle. Keep your BMI down, your waist level down, and then you're going to lower your risk of any type of lifestyle disease. That's just bottom line to it. For me personally, I love cheese. You know what I'm saying? I love cheese, man. But I know I can't eat it every day.
Right.
It's just one of those things I can't do. But I love it. But I know it's going to bloat me. It's going to make me look fat in the core, which is something that I can't afford to have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't eat it. Especially macaroni and cheese.
Yeah. We got a comment that popped up. Happy early birthday. So, people are wishing you happy early birthday. So that's nice. That's nice.
And
go ahead.
Real quick. By time, Angela, it's 1 a.m. right now where she is, but she loves your lives.
Nice, thank you.
Yeah.
We appreciate you watching.
Yeah, man.
And the guy.
Sorry.
Does she have insomnia?
Does she have insomnia?
Yes, she does.
I believe she's in the UK. Based on last week's show.
Yeah, I think she is. Yeah.
Yeah, but she enjoys the show. She enjoys the education. Because for a lot of our followers, and now, you being a guest, we interview all walks of life from all industries. So this week, we have you when we return live in 3 weeks. This is our last live show. We have 2 weeks where we're off, but we will be running rebroadcast for you folks. When we return, we have musicians coming on. We have, actors. We have professionals. We have cannabis users. One thing I did see when I was scrolling through your Facebook page, not stalking, doing research. I noticed. I think I noticed you talking a little bit about a CBD product.
Yeah. I have CBD teas. Total life changes right now that I actually got into the company that I use. It's really good to help really detoxify the body, all natural ingredients. And so I just got started with the company, so I'm still trying to, figure it out how to market it for myself. I personally used it to really detox my body on a regular basis, and I've been finding when I give it to clients, people are losing like 5 pounds in 5 days. They're having more energy. They're really detoxifying their body and eliminating a lot of toxins in their body. The average adult, depending on who you are, it's gonna store like 30 pounds of toxins in their body, especially around the abdominal region. So this particular tea with the CBD oil, it actually helped move the product out. And for more information, you can go on my website under supplements, www.yourbestlifestyles.com under supplements, and you can get free samples. Just go in there and put your name, address, phone number, and all that stuff like that, and click on it, and we'll send you free samples of that tea so you can try for yourself.
Actually, I think I might do that because I actually, myself, Jeff, and I believe Leo as well, I use CBD tincture every day, a full spectrum, a whole spectrum, but to help alleviate a pinched nerve that I have. So when my sciatic flares up, I use that, but I found it over the past year and a half of using that. I haven't touched Motrin 800s, which is the strongest narcotic you'll see me put in my body. But the CBD really does work, but I would love to check out, your product and see how that works as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, this CBD, it's been around for generations. You know, we just starting to, you know, legalize it a little bit more, putting it out there
Right.
without the legal strand on it. So you think about a lot of cultures been using this CBD or cannabis for years, holistically helping people alleviate pain. Like you said, you have a pinched nerve and you rub it on there, or you can do the drops, or they got liquids or whatever like that, creams, pills, whatever. And it takes the place of like the modern medicine, like the Motrin they're going to give you, and what's just going to cost you an arm and a leg over time. And then also, it's a controlled substance, so you gotta remember that. With the CBD oils, creams, and different products, this is not considered illegal substance. You know what I'm saying? It's not controlled. You know, you don't need a pharmacist to prescribe this particular thing. So it gives people the opportunity to get off the control substance will have so much side effect, and it's going to cost you thousands of dollars, and also give you an opportunity to increase your quality of living. I know, what was your pain threshold when that pinched nerve was bothering you? From 1 to 10, what was your pain threshold number?
Between 8 and 9.
See, that's a painful thing. And when you was going through that pain, what was your quality of life? I mean, did it slow you down as far as your business, as far as your personal life?
Laid me up. It would lay me up.
I mean, it would depend. You know, the pain threshold was between an 8 and a 9. Like I said, I was living on Motrins. I was actually eating three Motrin 800s a day.
Wow.
For almost a year before I was introduced to the CBD line. And that was when we wrote our comic book. We got into the cannabis industry, and we were introduced to the CBD lines, and I did some research and, you know, optimistic about it. Hey, if it works, let me try it. You know, it took about 3 months to bring that pain threshold down to about a 1.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not 100% gone. I still deal with pain every day, but I can get up in the morning. I go to work. It's not really affecting my quality of life.
Right.
And you feel better.
Oh, yeah.
You feel better, not just physically, but psychologically, emotionally, spiritually.
It helped me gain a lot more focus. I mean, I'm a focused person to begin with, except for tonight because I'm babbling all over the place. But
it really helps with stress.
It does.
Yeah.
It relaxes me. Yep.
And I'm gonna say this for your condition. When it came down to your financial wellness, how much did it help you? Because it saved you tons of money.
Oh yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not super cheap. I spend about $80 a month. For the tincture amount of tincture that I take. But compared to saving, you know, my stomach and other organs from the continued use of the Motrin 800, it's a small price to pay.
It's a very small price to pay, because if you want to continue on with the Motrin and ended up in having IBS, a stomach lining ruptured, or your digestive system ruptured from the Motrins or whatever down the line, that right there, my sir, would have cost you so much money.
Oh, absolutely.
And I suffer from bouts of gout. And since I've started using the CBD about 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago, on a regular, steady basis, I've noticed that the flare-ups are further and fewer than they ever have been.
Yeah.
You know,
and that gout is no joke.
Oh, no, it isn't. The last time I got it in my knee, I was laid up for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, my mother has gout. And very seldom she has a flare up. But when she does, she don't tell me. And I don't get on her because she does so well with, you know, preventing flare up. But I know the pain is unbearable. So I feel your pain. And if you're having reduced pain right now because of the CBD product, as far as your gout. Man, congratulations, man. Keep up with that regimen because that gout will slow you down.
Oh,
Big.
it can stop you.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
One of the last subjects I just want to jump on real fast because I'm watching the time. We're getting close. So, if you liked what you've heard from Terrance tonight, you can find him in the show notes up above or down below, as Leo would say. But he also has his own podcast called Your Best Lifestyle. Sorry. Quickly tell us a little bit about that and how they can find that podcast if they're interested in maybe following along.
Well, just real quick, they can follow it in the show notes. I have a link to his podcast right there as well.
I knew you did.
I did, yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
You guys
that's why we have
bomb.
right. This is why we have the eye candy.
Yeah.
Just real quick before he talks about his podcast, which I'd love to hear about, I did pull a winner for tonight's contest.
Okay.
So the indie horror pack is going to Arnea.
Rick Naya.
Naya. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, you can say his name.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't have a name. I just have an email.
No, I just need the Arnea. As soon as you said Arnea, I mean, there's only one Arnea. That's Rick Naya. He's the great-grandfather of hybrid cannabis here in the New England states.
Nice.
So yeah, he's a good guy. So congratulations to him.
Congratulations,
I'll reach out to him. Yeah. So now, tell us a little bit about the podcast. We got about 9 minutes left. 10 minutes.
We're only going to take 2 minutes of that. Okay. The podcast was just a continuation. I had a live talk show called the Your Best Lifestyle talk show at a local station here, and I did that for a year, and I cut it out, and then I took a year off, and then we started up in February with the podcast, and actually Butter, we set up the Old Robinson Public Relations, the media group. And she, she's a performer, so she had these mics and everything. And she said, "You need to do a podcast," and that's how it got started. And then COVID hit, and next thing you know, we banged the podcast out. Now we got 3 podcasts, but mine is the Your Best Lifestyle, and we are in 53 countries, 1.3 million listeners. We have tons of sponsors and advertisers, and COVID has been really good when it comes down to that. We're doing commercials and everything, just like you guys. And so we talk about health and wellness, not just about fitness, but the whole component, the whole wheel of wellness, financial wellness, spiritual, environmental, emotional wellness, mental wellness. You know what I'm saying? We talk about the whole wheel of wellness. So we bring in on doctors and exercise therapists, psychologists, it doesn't matter. Spiritual people, it doesn't matter. We want to talk about wellness in general. We want to know what people are feeling, what people are thinking, how they're doing, taking preventive measures and corrective exercises, diet, everything like that, to really try to increase their quality of living. And so that's basically in a nutshell what that podcast is about. And now we're on all major podcast platforms: iHeart, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Podbean. No, not on Podbean yet. So Anchor, Listen Note. We're waiting to get on Pandora right now. So it's been pretty awesome, man. So thank you guys for plugging that for me.
Excellent.
Absolutely, yeah. And we had Butter on last week, and we had an amazing show with her. And she's got her own podcast, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
So definitely check them in the show notes. Give them a follow. A like, thumbs up, share them with your friends if you like what you're hearing tonight. It's been a great show. It's been a very informational show. We love doing these types of shows as well as the goofy ones that we do as well.
Let me say something. Butter, I'm gonna marry that woman.
That's what we heard. That's what we heard. Congratulations on that. Congratulations.
I heard.
You know what? I think it would be great if we could record the wedding. We'll just broadcast it live right here on the platforms, on yours, on ours. I think it would be a great thing.
And we can set it up. It's going to be a remote wedding somewhere. I don't know, maybe Costa Rica. We was looking at some islands a couple of nights ago. Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, Cancun, something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
So, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
sounds like fun.
We'll all definitely stay in touch and keep in the loop. But yeah, I mean, doing a remote wedding. I mean, people would really like. I think they'd like to see something like that.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
I would love to have you guys there broadcasting it, man. That would be dope.
We'll talk. We'll have your people call our people. So basically, Butter, just get a hold of me.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, you can't threaten us with a good time because we'll accept it.
Come on through, man. You know, make sure you're well enough to party, though.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I will definitely make sure that I rest a week before. For a week straight. For a week straight.
We're going to have a fun. This is the early birthday celebration, all that stuff, man. So make sure that you rub your CBD cream on, your oils on, and be ready to dance and have a lot of fun, man. We're gonna really just live life.
Hell, I'm going to have to make a CBD bath before this one.
Right.
We had just before we wrap things up, we had a pretty lengthy comment here. Amanda Holland said, I was just thinking diabetes, altered pancreatic function, as you said earlier, has numerous other systematic effects. Renal disease, reversing, as you put it, diabetes with positive lifestyle changes, in turn, should eventually, to an extent, improve your other comorbidities as well.
Wow.
That
was like... Yeah,
I can't argue with that one.
No, I can't argue with that.
Yeah. So we'll do the rundown. And so Terrance, where do you like people interacting with you? Where do you like interacting with your fans the most? Your social media?
All right. Your volume went down. I couldn't barely hear you again.
No worries. Where do you like people interacting with you on social media?
LinkedIn, Terrance Hutchinson, or Facebook, Terrance Hutchinson. Just connect with me on the website at www.yourbestlifestyles.com, and then subscribe, and then I'll send you some free stuff, and we'll connect there.
Awesome. And I got all those links in the show notes there. And for me, just Google Leo Pond. You find a bunch of stuff. Could be true, could be not. But more importantly, follow our awesome guests and hosts here. All the information is down below or up above. And head on over to thedorkening.com, where you can find all the shows on the network. At just about 30 shows right now, which is crazy. And Jeffrey.
Yeah. Well, everybody knows that I'm the Facebook guy. I don't, that's what I do. So, just look us up. We're there.
Okay. Benjamin.
Right. So yeah, like Jeff said, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Twitch, we're on Tumblr, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram. Just Google us, you'll find us. Along with all the great shows that we're affiliated with. Just keep following us. Basically, we want to thank Terrance Hutchinson for pulling over on the side of the road to do the interview tonight. I know he was coming from helping a client, which, we love. We're all about it. Definitely follow him. Sorry, I got something in my eye. It's bugging the crap out of me. But most of all, to our veterans and first responders, we want to thank you all for doing what you do every day, so the people like us can be up here doing what we do every day. We love you, and we'll see you soon. We're out of here.
Peace out. Thanks, Terrance.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
You too.
You as well.
Be safe.
All right, you too, guys. Later.
Your book of lies will buy you a mild acceptance. My free mind will keep me from under your spell. And when we die, you'll be another angel in heaven, but me, I'll be fucking legend in her